For years, the world only saw his silence. But behind it was a love story filled with heartbreak, healing, and a truth he never spoke, until now. Why did Keanu Reeves hide his love life from millions? What pain was he protecting? And what secret has he finally revealed? Tonight, for the first time, we uncover the truth the world never heard. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Now let's dive into what really happened. For decades, the world wondered. People talked. They whispered in interviews, in magazines, in comment threads. They searched for clues, created stories, and filled the gaps with imagination. But the man at the center of every rumor, Keanu Reeves, remained silent. There were no bold interviews, no dramatic press releases, no social media outbursts, nothing to confirm, nothing to deny. Just his calm presence, his work, his humility, and that timeless air of mystery. Fans admired him. Media questioned him. But Keanu simply lived, quietly, respectfully, gently, never asking for attention, never explaining more than he needed to. For years his love life became a puzzle with missing pieces. Some believed he was alone by choice. Others said he was healing from an old wound. Everyone had a theory, but he never corrected anyone. Then something happened, not on a stage, not under bright spotlights, but in a simple room with soft, warm lighting, silence in the air, and just one sincere question placed before him. And Keanu finally spoke. His voice wasn't loud. He didn't raise it to make a point. There was no tension, no dramatic music, no Hollywood performance. Just truth, plain, grounded, human. He said softly. People think they know my love life, but they only know the parts one let them see. 22 words. Simple, quiet, yet powerful enough to shift everything. In that moment, without shouting, without emotions spilling over, Keanu Reeves opened a window into a world he protected for years. A world filled with memories only he carried. A heart full of stories he never shared. A love that once existed, and pain that never fully faded. He didn't reveal a scandal. He didn't expose anyone or blame anyone. Instead, he revealed something more meaningful. A man who chose silence, not to hide secrets, but to protect his heart. And that confession became the doorway to understanding the journey behind his quiet life. A journey of love, loss, survival, and strength. Something far more real than any rumor ever written. This was only the beginning. A soft opening of a chapter the world never expected him to tell. Keanu Reeves didn't hide his love life to look mysterious or untouchable. He wasn't trying to build a legend around silence. He stayed quiet because somewhere behind those gentle eyes, there lived a story of love, loss, and a wound that time never fully erased. In his younger years, he loved with a heart wide open. He laughed freely. He dreamed boldly. He believed in future plans the way young lovers do, with hope that stretches beyond reality. There were conversations about tomorrow, small moments filled with joy, and promises only two hearts can understand. But life does not always honor hope. One moment, everything is bright, and the next it is gone. Loss came like a storm, sudden, heavy, unforgiving. It didn't just hurt him, it changed him. It took away not only a person he loved, but also the fearless part of him that believed love was forever safe. People saw him smile in interviews, pose on red carpets, act in films with power and grace, but they never saw the quiet nights, the memories he held on to, the conversations that replayed in his mind, or the silence he slept with. For years, Keanu avoided new love, not because he didn't want it, but because losing it once was enough pain for a lifetime. No magazine cover wrote that truth. No news channel felt that ache. The world only saw distance and assumed detachment. They asked, why is he always alone? Why doesn't he date publicly? Why does he stand at events with a gentle sadness behind his smile? Because some people don't heal loudly. Some don't break where you can see. Some carry love like a memory, silent, soft, beautiful, but untouchable. Healing is not a headline. Grief is not a public performance. Scars remain even when someone walks confidently, even when cameras flash, even when crowds cheer. And Keanu Reeves carried his pain with grace, never asking for sympathy, never using it for publicity. He simply lived, quietly, respectfully, with love still in his heart, not forgotten, just folded inside. This is the silence the world misunderstood. Not emptiness, but memory, but life has a strange way of returning what we think is gone forever. When Keanu least expected it, not at an award show, not during red carpets or interviews, but in the quiet simplicity of everyday life, something changed. He met someone. Not a woman dazzled by fame. Not someone looking for headlines or attention. She didn't ask for photos, didn't treat him like a myth, didn't see him as a Hollywood icon. She saw the man, the quiet one behind the name. Their connection didn't explode like fireworks. It grew like sunrise, slow, warm, and gentle. They talked for hours, losing track of time the way children forget the clock when they're happy. Conversations flowed easily. Art, books, strange thoughts at 2 a.m., laughter at small things no one else would even notice. Where the world saw Keanu Reeves the megastar, she saw Keanu, a soft-spoken soul who loved silently, healed slowly, and felt deeply. And something remarkable happened. He laughed. Not the polite smile for cameras, not the professional friendliness of interviews, a real laugh, from the chest, from the heart. A laugh that sounded like someone rediscovering warmth after a long winter. He once said, "Love isn't about replacing the past. It's about opening room for the present." Those words became a turning point, because love didn't return to him as lightning, it returned as a steady light. Not loud, not public, not rushed. Just two people walking slowly toward each other, step by step, day by day. There were no paparazzi photos defining their beginning. The world didn't witness a dramatic announcement. Their story didn't start under flashes and microphones. It started in quiet moments, unnoticed, unrecorded. The miracle wasn't that he found love again. The miracle was that he allowed his heart to try. A man once afraid of losing everything suddenly found himself willing to feel, to hope, to trust. Even knowing love carries risk. This was the first time in years he didn't run from emotion, he leaned toward it. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, but openly enough for love to breathe again. And in that gentle beginning, everything changed. So why now? Why, after years of silence, did Keanu Reeves decide to open the door to his private life in a world that thrives on gossip, judgment, and speculation? The answer is simple. He was tired. Not of love, but of being misunderstood. For decades, people filled the gaps of his silence with their own stories. Some claimed he didn't believe in marriage. Others said he had chosen a life of perpetual solitude. Many painted him as a lonely star, as if a quiet personal life was evidence of a heart untouched by love. The truth, however, is far different. Keanu has always believed in love, deeply, quietly, and profoundly. He didn't reject it. He simply protected it. Because love, for him, is not a performance. It is not a headline. It is not entertainment. It is sacred, personal, and deserving of respect. He explains it plainly. A private love isn't a secret. It's protection. He never wanted his relationships to be consumed like a story for the masses, analyzed, judged, or torn apart by strangers. He understood that once something so tender is exposed to the public, it loses its purity. And for someone who has loved, lost, and survived heartbreak, losing that privacy was never an option. But now, after years of careful silence, he chose to speak, not to announce a wedding, not to share details for attention, but to give the world the full picture. Because what he wanted everyone to understand is this: even after heartbreak, love can return. Not as a replacement for what was lost, but as a new chapter. Delicate, cautious, and hopeful. Love doesn't demand perfection. It doesn't promise a fairy tale ending. It simply exists, quietly, beautifully, and sometimes unexpectedly. His words are tender, human, and deeply relatable. He doesn't seek admiration or sympathy. He doesn't need validation. He simply shares the truth that some of us spend our whole lives searching for. Love is possible, even after pain. And perhaps that is the most powerful lesson. Sometimes, the quiet acknowledgement that love can survive loss is all anyone needs to believe in it again. Keanu's truth is not about headlines or drama. It is about hope. It is about courage. And it is about the quiet, enduring power of the human heart. Keanu Reeves is not here to announce a wedding. He is not here to sell a story. He is not turning the deeply personal journey of his heart into publicity or headlines. What he is doing, however, is far rarer and far more powerful. He is speaking honestly,
Gently.
without performance, without theatrics, without the need for validation. The truth he shares is simple, yet profound. His future, in love, in life, in the quiet moments between fame and public life, is his own. It is quiet. It is real. It is free from the world's expectations, free from gossip, free from the relentless scrutiny that has defined so much of his life in the spotlight. Keanu no longer runs from love. He no longer hides from it, fearing heartbreak or disappointment. He understands now that love does not erase the scars left by loss, but it softens them. It does not replace what has been lost, but it gives the heart permission to feel again, slowly, carefully, beautifully. Perhaps this is the real message he wants the world to hear. Even after unimaginable pain, after heartbreak that changes a person forever, love can return. It does not have to be dramatic, it does not need a spotlight, and it does not need validation. It simply exists, quietly, gently, and with power that only someone who has survived deep loss can understand. Keanu Reeves is not a man untouched by pain. He has faced life's harshest realities. He has loved. He has lost. He has grieved. And through it all, he has survived, not as a superstar in headlines, but as a human being with a resilient, tender heart. Now he chooses love again. Not loudly, not publicly, but honestly, with sincerity, with patience. And maybe that is what makes this kind of love the strongest of all. Because it is earned, it is protected, and it is real. Keanu's journey reminds us that love is not about perfection, nor is it about public approval. It is about courage. It is about kindness. It is about opening your heart again, even after it has been broken. In the end, this is more than a story of a Hollywood star. It is a story of humanity, of resilience, of the quiet, enduring power of love. And that is a truth worth sharing.